Right, change that again. Right, okay. Last couple of bits like I mentioned. I don't know the best way of doing these. Right, I'll do it this way. So this is charity shop today. These are awesome. Now I don't know if anybody will remember when I mentioned I went to one of the charity shops, spoke to the lady there, a couple of ladies actually, and said to them, "Oh, have you got any games?" And they said, "No, we usually get rid of them ones." Do you remember me saying that? I can't remember if I've mentioned it. So I went in there today and asked them. She said, "Oh yes, I remember you." She said, "Oh, we've had some stuff coming. Hang on, where has Kitty put them?" And both of them was sort of flitting around out the back. "Oh, I wonder where Kitty's put them. Wonder where." And anyway, "Oh, here they are. Here, I found them." Come out of a bag, big next bag. And she said, "Well, no, we don't know anything about them. We're not sure." Because Kitty's not about, and normally she sorts all this lot out. But basically, so when I spoke to, so who I know is Kitty, she'd said on a Friday they basically send all the stuff back that they don't think they can sell to like head office or wherever it is. So I go in on a Saturday. So that's why she sort of said you always miss out. So she very kindly had said, if I see any game stuff, I'll put it to one side for the Saturday. And on the following Friday, we can send it back if you don't want it. So I went in there today, and she was like, "Yeah, here we go." And I thought they were going to pull out like sort of old games, you know, PS2, PS1 maybe. She goes, "Oh, we've got some PlayStation stuff." Brilliant. And I'm just trying to sort them out into some sort of like order. And let's pull this bag out anyway. I looked through it, and there was like PSP games. I was like, a bit like, yeah, they're all right. Some of the burnouts, but do you know what? I don't really want to start collecting for the PSP. I really don't. I think with that one, I'm just going to go for like some like the role playing games. If I see the role playing games, I grab them. I'm not. It doesn't get me. The PSP doesn't get me that much, I must admit. But some of the unique role playing games do. So that's kind of the tactic. I know what the Burnout Dominator. They had didn't have any of the crashes. They had a couple of the burnouts, a few others. Nothing really great, if that makes sense. And I didn't ask a price at this point. And then she pulled out after the PSP, PS3 games. And I was like, oh, well, in my head I was like, oh, obviously. Looked through them all. I left one game, which is F1 something, 2009, 2010, I can't remember. One of the F1 games. But I picked these up, and I said to her, I've got 5 here. How much are the games? She said, "Oh, well, we'll just do them all for £1." So even the PSP games would have been £1. And to be honest, I say I ain't that fussed. So for £5, £1 each, I got these. This one, the case needs cleaning or swapping or whatever, I don't know. Now the reason why I got this one is because my brother-in-law, who's a big 360 fan, said this is the best Call of Duty or the toughest one, or I don't know, words to that effect. And it's Call of Duty World at War. They're all complete. You know, to be fair, yeah. £1. Saints Row 2. Again, all complete. This has got some sort of like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't know what that is. It's glue, I don't know. Some like, unlockable thing. Saints Row 2. These are the best ones. Assassin's Creed 2, 1 and 2, and Assassin's Creed 2 is a Game of the Year edition. Again, all complete. Assassin's Creed 3. Mint. And then the pick of the bunch, when I see this one, I was like, fuck it, I'm having it anyway, I don't care. Sonic Generations. So, for £1 each, there we go. So that's why, you know now, why I went back. I got that. But like I even said to the lady, I said, look, and even she said, "Oh, that's £5 we wouldn't have had." I said, exactly, that's what I said to Kitty. You know, and they would have, I don't know what would have happened to these. I don't know if they would have binned them or if they were back to the head office or what. But fucking criminal. Absolute criminal. And they're happy, I'm happy. That's how it should be. Right. So the next, I'm going to leave one bit to the last, because it's probably probably the better, well, it's probably not the best one, but it's the better deal. So this, I'll do this deal next. So, as some people probably do realise, or may not realise, or may not care, I don't know. Some people sought to oust me and all this shit, or whatever they want to call it, I don't give a crap. I advertise, has anyone got any old games, right? I don't suppose there's 100 other people out there that don't do the same. If you don't ask, you don't get. You're either active or you're passive. If you're passive, you sit on eBay and you click a button. Not a problem. If you're active, you get off your ass and you do something about it. Right? That's how I look at it. And each to their own, more power to you, do whatever you want, right? So, when I had, someone replied back to me, no, actually, no, tell a lie, that's full of shit. This one isn't that. This is off a Gumtree advert. I replied to the Gumtree advert. It only been on there for 30 minutes. So I was straight in there, bang, 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 this, that and the other. Has this game got this, has that game got that, etc, etc. Come to a deal. I couldn't get out to see them, because I've obviously got the kids and stuff, so they ran it over for a couple of quid petrol fee. Brilliant, they're happy, I'm happy. So I got a job lot of sort of Game Boy Advance, Game Boy games, right? So, best way of doing this, I don't know. Let's have a look. Do it this way. There's a couple of nice bits. So for 20 quid, basically pay 20 quid for this lot. Silver SP that's been quite well used. It does work. Now the battery's, oh, there we go. There we go. It does work. Screen's alright. Screen's fine. Bit grubby, that's it. It's always, which I don't know why, I don't know if kids chew these or dogs chew these, but them corners always seem to get eaten. I don't know why. Yeah, a few dinks on the top. But it's a nice SP, yeah? Silver SP. So these are the loose games. I'll quickly whip through these. There's nothing that I think are outstanding anyway. Tetrai, Mario and Yoshi, got Super Mario Land, very good condition, got. This one I don't heard of, New York Race, it's a Game Boy Color, don't know about that one. Spider-Man 2, GBA for the Manuel. Lego Racers, 102 Dalmatians. If anyone's interested in these, let me know. These ones, right, that one definitely keeping. This one is an American one. I haven't tried any of these. I don't know. I don't doubt it's a copy. It's a Game Boy Color game. Warriors of Might and Magic, so I'll probably be keeping that one. Kung Fu Master, I think I've got that. Them two I'm going to leave to last. So that's all that's in that little case. Then there's some box games. Box games, these are all complete. It's a Conor McRae Rally, Game Boy Color. Again, I ain't actively collecting for the Game Boy or any of the Advance or any of the variants. It's just certain games I will keep. So if anyone's interested in any of these ones that I'm showing in this little pile, let me know. Shrek 2, Monsters Inc. I think this is a copied front. Fantastic Four. I don't think it's an original box. I don't know if this is a good game, because I tell you what, Rob, it's not Tina 777. 2D Game Master, 2D Game Hunt, I don't know. He knows all about the Power Rangers games, but Power Rangers Dino Thunder, I don't know if it's actually is a good Game Boy Advance game, I don't know. And Finding Nemo. So they're the ones that I sort of ain't too fussed about, you know. If anyone's interested in any of them, they're all box complete. Some of the boxes are better condition than others. Colin McRae's probably the best condition. These ones, actually, bar that one. Sorry, another one here. Game Boy Advance 2006 FIFA World Cup. It's all there. So these next four I might keep. I don't know. Two of them, well, definitely one of them I'll keep, because I think I need it. So we've got a complete and absolutely brilliant condition, I must admit. Thunderbird's Game Boy Color. We've got Star Wars, the video game, all complete. Star Wars 2, original trilogy, with some, unfortunately, it's a bit damaged. And then the pick of the crop. When I see this one, when they advertised it, it's like, yeah, I'm having it. Because it's probably worth half of what I paid for the whole thing. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. It's complete, got manual, everything in there. So, there's that, in terms of what you can see in the picture. And in the description it said these are loose, because you couldn't really make these out. This game I asked, has it got a big E on it? If it got a big E on it, I weren't that. To be honest, it probably wouldn't have been worth the money, really. But it hasn't. I haven't tested if it saves yet, but I've got it, so it's up for trade, sale, whatever. Pokemon Gold. And this one, when I seen this list, A, I didn't know it was out on the Game Boy, and B, I didn't know. It's not rare, but I tell you what, it ain't fucking common. And it's a cracking game anyway in its own right, and it's Rainbow Islands on the Game Boy Color. So, well happy. So if anyone's interested in the Game Boy, the SP has got no power pack. So I think she was after, I can't remember how much she was after, but I knocked her down because I said, look, does it work? She says, don't know, there's no power. Man, there was power in it, but I've probably got a spare power jack for that anyway. But them are the games. Obviously not Rainbow Islands. Pokemon I've got. So that's Trader. Move on. Mario Brothers 3, I'm pretty sure I need that. So I will probably be keeping that. Check. Lego ones are probably not too fussed about, to be honest. I say I'm not actively, I don't collect actively for the game, but it's only when I see like the sort of nicer games I'll keep them. Kung Fu Master, I think I've got Kung Fu Master. I think I've got that. Right, so that's like a Gumtree. That's a Gumtree haul. So I'm just making a bit of space now, guys. I know it's been going on a long time. Hopefully you've paused it and you've done something else and you've come back to it. Right, last two things. So this was from my advertisement. So I got confused there, sorry, apologies. The lady contacted me directly and said, well, she apologised first. She said, oh, I think it was you that was asking for old game stuff. If not, I'm sorry. Reply back to say, yeah, it probably was. I am. Blah, blah, blah. She said, well, I've got these items. I've got this bundle, job lot, whatever. They've been in the loft. To be honest, they're a bit damaged. Would you be interested? And I said, look, on paper, yes. Send me a pic, 'cause I can't tell anything from what you just said. So she did. And some of the games I've seen them, I was like, I'm fucking interested. Right? So the way she described it was, she got some Super Nintendo stuff that had been given to her lads 10 years ago, I think, or something like that, when they were younger, or a good few years ago when they were younger. They thought it was a different Nintendo, and they weren't that interested, so they just put it in the loft, which is where it's been. She said, unfortunately, between them having it and putting it in the loft or something, a light had fell on the Nintendo and melted it, or it was some weird stuff anyway like that. I was like, okay, but when I seen the picture, I wasn't really interested in the actual Nintendo. I said that to her. I said, look, if it's had it, then I'm not that bothered, but the games I'd be interested in, so I popped over. So I'll just show you the Nintendo, the SNES. It has obviously been mounted. So a light, she said, like a light fell on it and warped it. But to be fair, it's the top bit. I've got ones that I've pissed about with. I'll just take the lid off, and the rest of it should be fine. These are clean, but fuck it. It's got the power. The power's probably worth more than an aerial lead, and it's got a controller. Right. So, but when I went over to look at the stuff, she said, "Oh, this is Nintendo. Show me the SNES." She said, "Oh, I found this game as well that was in it. It's Mario All Stars. As you can see, that must have been in. Must have been in it when it got mangled. So, yeah, not great." Ooh. but that's got the manual, so that's a bonus. But what I didn't realise when she was talking about the SNES, it's a fucking box. So the box is I mean, it's got a few dinks in it here, and one there, but it's all right. I mean, I wiped it over a little bit. It's got a bit of wet shelfware on it. It's got a little bit of a dink there, but it's not too bad overall. There's no insert. There's no fucking poly insert. That's a real pisser. So, like I say, she showed me to get it. She showed me that, and I could see that behind it. And it's got all the, literally, it's got everything with it. So it's got a catalogue, it's got a setup guide, it's got an instruction booklet. All a little bit. They were a little bit musty, admittedly, because you said they've just been in the loft. And you can smell the paper must, you know. And it's just a little bit. Everything's just a little bit on the turn. If that makes sense. So I was like, yeah, that's obviously the SNES. I can swap the lid over for bonus. And then the games, right? This is obviously what I went over for, the games. These could have been so much better. I just think if you know, 2 years ago, maybe, these would have been alright. I'll go. Let me just try and sort this out. I don't really know now. This is probably... So I've got Mario All Stars. She showed me a picture of the games. She listed the game and she showed me a picture. So I was really interested. I went over there, looked at the games, and to be fair, she was honest enough. Like I said, been in the loft. Obviously, you know, they're not been stored the best, etc. Looked at them and thought, they're alright. And the price she was paying, I weren't going to fucking argue. She started talking about eBay and all that shit, and I'm just thinking, oh, fuck off. So I was quite happy, to be honest, just to pay the price I paid and take my chances, which I did. It kind of worked out a little bit, but not as much as I'd like to. Not quite worked out as much as I would like it to have worked out. So, the games, right? Pierre le Chef out to lunch. As you can see, the box has seen way, way better days, right? These have been cleaned up. I'll just show you this as an example. So this has been cleaned up. That's the insert. I mean, that's all been cleaned up. It's in a little, I put it in a little plastic thing just to keep it. It's not great. I know it's not great. Everyone's be like, what the fucking are you keeping that? It's fucking horrible. But it's still a boxed SNES game. So, you know, even, you know, it's not great. I know it's not. But you know what really annoyed me is what the instructions and even like the fucking poster, which probably would never, they're fucked. They're literally like, it's like, oh fucking hell. Look, you can't even, it's just fucked. I kept them because I just wanted to show you. I mean, they obviously go to the bin, they're no fucking use, no ornament. So that was Pierre le Chef. That's a good game. The cart's fine. The cart's fine actually. It's just obviously the cardboard, the paper. Equally, again with this one, it's a shame because this is a really good game. King Arthur's World, as you can see. Obviously that there has been damaged before. That was, someone must have ripped a sign off it, but on the back, it's just, and I've cleaned these up as best I can. Again, I think this was Pierre le Chef's case because that's where it was all stuck to it. But the cart's fine. I don't know if you can see the cart. The cart is actually fine. It's just the cardboard. I think these two took the brunt of however they were stored in whatever bag, box, wherever they were on the bottom. I don't know. Because the Mario box ain't that bad. There's no damp mildew or anything on it. So I don't know what's going on. These ones are not too bad. These ones are kind of like, they're not mint. These are not collectors. Well, I don't know. No, they're not. they're not prime. These are not retro day. These are not peak SNES-tastic condition games, right? But these are what I would probably expect to find at the car boot condition games. Whereas they're all there. They're all right. There's nothing wrong with them. They've just been well used. They've been well played. That's probably the best word to use it. And this is quite nice to have. Ultraman, boxed. I haven't actually done much clean up of these ones. There's a few like just general gunk, like you can see just there. Look, I mean that'll come out no problem with a wipe, but I just haven't bothered yet because I've said I've been doing them two there, but it's all there. The manual, it's fine. It's not, you know, they're not too bad. They've just been well played, and so I'll put these in the order I think they're like best suited to. I could be completely wrong. This one, right, there's a couple of stories. There's a story. There's always a story. Two of these games. So this one and probably the last one I'm going to show you, and I'm going to be honest with you, right? Towards the end of the SNES's life, these were being sold. I remember in Virgin Megastores. These being sold, I'm sure, for £5, £4.99. I'm sure of it. And this one and the last one I'm going to show you, I half-inched. Hands up. I did. I half-inched them because back then all they had was like a cellophane wrapper with. Actually, I can show you with one of them on it on the back. So obviously all you had to do was just literally rip the cellophane and take that off, and the alarm wouldn't go off. I know it's bad. I was young, I was stupid, etc. I don't condone it or anything. So this one is Equinox, a very good isometric game, and this is all complete. So I don't know what happened because these. I'll just show you Equinox. See, Equinox has even got the little baggie, so it's got the manual. It's even got the little baggie and everything. There's not a mark on this insert, so I just think, unfortunately, King Arthur and Pierre Le Chef just took the brunt of however they were stored. I don't know, but that's not a bad box. That's not bad for me. It's fine. It'll do. This one I had, right? This game I bought, I had it. Fuck it, I don't know why this sells for what it does. Because I remember playing, when I had this game, I think I completed Final Fantasy 3. I was looking for another RPG. And this was one of the ones. And it was shit. I think this is a shit game. The fucking dungeons are like randomly generated. I don't know why it's so sought after. It's fucking dire. It's Lagoon. This is in pretty good condition. The only problem being with this one is a little bit of shelfware at the back. Everything's in there. It's all complete. Literally everything's there. I'm not going to show you. It is, trust me. Again, box-wise, it's not bad. It's not a bad box. Other than that little tiny bit of shelfware there. But that is a fucking die game. I love my RPGs. Back in the day, I was like mad for anything. And that one, I bought it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's not a great game. It really isn't. So sticking with RPGs, this is another one I bought when it first came out. I think I bought this before Final Fantasy 3. Thinking, oh, it's a Final Fantasy game, it'd be great. This is an introduction to Final Fantasy games. This one must have been stored very close to King Arthur and that, because it's fared slightly better than Equinox and Lagoon, but it's not bad. It'll do me. It's Mystic Quest. Obviously the front bit's a miss. There's a slight bit where you can just see it was starting to go here, but internally it's all there. So it's got the game. I'll quickly show you. It's got the game, it's got the map. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to show you because I can't be able to get it out. But look, I mean, like I say, you can see it's not bad, right? So it's got it all in there. The game, the map's there, etc. I completed this back in the day. And I had it, I kept it, but, well, I kept it. But I've moved it on when I sold my SNES, which I regret. There is like a sort of sticker thing that's on there. Obviously someone decided to rip that off, unfortunately. So the better one, not the better condition one by any means. This is I'm guessing, looking at this is bought second hand as well, because it doesn't look, because like the other ones, Equinox and Lagoon, look like they've been bought new. This is another one that I've stolen from Virgin. Sorry, Richard. I played it. I actually quite liked it. I didn't realise how good a game it was, if you like. A lot of people have since obviously said and done playthroughs of this. It is Skyblazer. But again, I remember, even when, like, I think Pete and someone else did it, I remember saying I stole that. I remember stealing that from Virgin. This is alright. This is, again, it's just well played. It's just been well used. Manual. I'll show you the cart on this, because there is nothing wrong with it, literally. So it's one of them weird ones, and it's the whole the Sega Nintendo thing, where if you had a Mega Drive game the same age as this, stored in the same conditions, the Mega Drive one will come span the fucking roses. These things will look like they've been fucking moth-eaten, which is a crying shame. So, yeah, hang on. What did I pay? So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games with Mario. Some more, I mean, like I say, if I didn't have the boxes and I took King Arthur and Pierre the Chef or whatever out of it and just had the cart, it'd still be a deal. 30 quid. I was going to do 25 quid on the games before kind of seeing them. Then I realised there was a box for this. I sort of said about this, I'm not that bothered, so it's had it, blah blah. She wanted it all shot of. I sort of mentioned about, because I didn't inspect every single game. Because you start talking about eBay prices, about this, that, fuck her. I said, oh, blah blah. She went, well, about 30 quid for the lot. I was like, yeah, fine, bang, there you go. So 30 quid. I ain't too fussed about that. I say, unfortunately, them two, that one I liked it, that one I'm a little bit annoyed. I had the manual for that. The manual was fucking had it. I tried to rescue it, I couldn't. There is a manual online, but then I'm thinking the box is probably past its best, so I'm probably just better off, if I'm really that bothered about it, buying a box version, selling the loose cart on. But I just see them as added extras, bonuses. You know, they weren't the main reason. The main reason was Skyblazer, Lagoon, Equinox, and Mystic Quest. Ultraman's quite nice to have. It's a shit game, but it's quite nice to have, you know. And obviously the box SNES. I just need to try and find an insert. I might transplant one of my Street Fighter ones into that, I think, because that's, as a box, it's probably more valuable. Last thing, definitely last. Okay. I mentioned Keith, the Host 2. Me and him have been chatting, outside of YouTube, about PS3s and getting one and what's the best avenue. And I know Cona's Laura was on about getting one at Christmas, and Woodland had given him a link to Tesco's and all that kind of stuff. And me being me, I don't want to pay 100 quid really. I wanted one to play Last of Us and all the Drake's Deceptions and all that lot, all the Uncharted's, you know, all the Uncharted's. But I didn't want to pay 100 quid. So what happened was, at work there was a lady that I worked with her. they kind of, most of them, well, most of them now know what I do, what I'm into, etc. And so, yeah, we've got a PlayStation 3 that my son uses, but it's kind of not reading discs, or it's starting to stop reading discs. Do you reckon you could fix it? Well, I ain't really looked at PS3, so I don't know if I could fix it. I said, you might have to buy like a new part, I could fit the part for you. This, that and the other. And that was like last year, nothing happened. Come back in the new year. I think I mentioned it to her, I can't remember how it come about. And she went, oh no, we bought a new one. So what did you do with the old one? She said, oh, we've still got it. She said, it's it, because apparently it just stopped reading any discs at all. I said, oh, what are you doing with it? She said, well, nothing. So, well, you know, I wouldn't mind having it. I'll have a tinker in the place. I might not be able to get it working, but I wouldn't mind. She said, well, yeah, fine, I'll bring it in. So eventually, she brought it in. It took her a while. So, for absolutely fuck all, and to be fair, she gave me the power lead. It's only a cattle lead anyway. I'd managed to get another PS3 controller from the car boot last year. HDMI lead, what are they, £2 for the shop, got HDMI lead, so for all intents and purposes I had a PS3, which is, yeah, from, I said, late at work. Now, I didn't realise there is you can see that, there's two USB ports. So this is an 80 gig one, and sure enough, it doesn't read discs. So I was like, fuck, okay, that's not that bad. It's in, you know, it's in the right condition. It just doesn't read discs. Fires up, does everything else. So I was on the hunt then for a 80 gig. Now I don't know if there's a difference between the sort of Blu-ray drive in here for an 80 gig, 40 gig, 60 gig or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if all the fat ones just have the same drive, right? So, God, where's the ton? So I was like, looking at Gumtree, looking at eBay, just trying to get a cheap broken unit, as long as it sort of was like a yellow light of death or whatever you call it. That meant probably the drive was okay, because her son just used this to watch movies. He didn't really play games. Okay, didn't really play much games, so that's kind of a bonus. That's probably why the drive burnt out. So I was looking on there, and there was a guy that had one locally, and he would have delivered it to me for 20 quid, because some guys already contacted me. So, fuck, didn't hear anything back, so that had gone. I was like, bastard. Missed out on that. Fucking typical. Kept looking. And then last Sunday, when the lady contacted me about the SNES lot, phoned my brother-in-law, said, oh, I need a lift over to go and to grab these bits. You okay? Like, to sort of, you owe me some favours anyway. He was like, yeah. He goes, give me 20 minutes. I'll pop over. I'll pop over and grab you. I thought 20 minutes. I thought, you know what? I'll nip to the bank, up to the local shops, and I'll get the money out ready. So when he comes straight away out the door, like, and it's just, it's fate. I'm a believer in fate. I'm not believing in God. I don't believe in God, but I believe in fate. I think things happen for a reason, otherwise they wouldn't happen at all. And this is a prime example. So, who else was on about this? Dave, Lawn Boys Post. See, Dave, this is, I don't know if Dave even watches. He probably doesn't. Probably fucking switched off by now. But Dave did a video about him picking up the Final Fantasy games, whereby a delivery truck had blocked him in. Fate dictated that you would be blocked in. He thinks it's a random series of events that just are coincidental. I think it's fate. Fate played a part in this. So I thought I'll nip to the cash machine, get the money out, be all done. Literally walked out my door, crossed the road, not even 100 yards, round the corner. I looked down on someone's drive, and I seen like 2 units piled on top of each other. I was like, double top. I was like, is that what I think it is? So I picked one of them up. I was like, well, I looked at them. I was like, yeah, they are what I think they are. So just in case, to be fair, and when I knocked the door of whose house it was, I said, are those just for free? Or like they're just being scrapped? He said, yeah. He said they were my son's. I said, do you know anything about him? He said, no. I said, I don't know. I was like, oh well, okay, I'll take one, because it's only the one I was after, right? So I grabbed it under my arm, off I went, got the money out, come back, and the other unit was there, so I thought I'll just check it just to see what's what with it. And I thought, fuck it. Literally, it was probably took me 40 seconds to get to my door from where these units were, so I sort of waddled down the road with both of them. So the first unit I seen, believe it or not, was PS3. These were just being put out for the scrap man. And as you can see, it is a different version because it's got the 4-port USB. I didn't know there was a difference, but there is, yeah. So it's 4-port. Now, when I looked at it, when I was walking up to the shops, I was looking at it, I thought, I wonder if it's been open. I mean, I don't know on PS3s, I can tell if it's been open, but I did notice it had been warped a little bit. So it's been near a radiator or something. Didn't know if it worked. Didn't know fuck all about it, right? So when I come back, the other item that was on the drive was a 360. Obviously the doors, I thought it had been used, but the door's there, look, it's been just squished down a little bit. But it hadn't been opened. It's not been done. So even if it's red ring of death, it's not been opened. Which is, you know, even if you wanted to sell it to some guy who fixes them or whatever, be all right. But obviously, what I was mainly after was this. So I got home, tested it. I thought, as long as it, even if it doesn't stay on lock, it doesn't power up for long enough, as long as it re-discs, I'll take the drive out of that. I'll take the drive out, that one, and put it into this one. Right? Fired it up. Fucking re-discs fine. Here's a video just to show you.
Oh, I've got to be quiet because it's a bit late at night. As you seen on the previous video, 2 PlayStation 3s, 1 TV. Right, so let's hook up PlayStation 1, so that's plugged in. Let's give some juice. Well, I'll put the TV on the right channel. Okay, so it's working, it works. Unfortunately, this is the one that the drive doesn't work on. Same, and there's not a great deal of anything on this one, game wise. Let's give it a bit more volume. It's got to be glad I've obviously had some demos on there. For SingStar, Dirt Showdown demo, FIFA 14 demo, 12 demo, NBA demo, so a lot of demos. Like I mentioned, the lady told me that you mainly use this as a video playback. It's watching DVDs and stuff. I didn't really use it as a game machine, which is probably why the drives had it. Essentially, I think that's the main reason. So, yeah, bit of a shame. So, as per the story, that one, I was on the hunt for a replacement drive. On to the next one. So this is the second one. So that's the one with the faulty drive. This is the second one. But as I've already explained in the video where this come from, and I couldn't believe my luck. So, obviously I didn't say in the video what was on this, other than it was some absolutely outstanding game. So as you can see on this one, let's let it try and zoom in as best I can. What have we got? SingStar again, not great. We've only got fucking Stranger's Wrath. We've got Journey. We've got fucking Shadow of the Colossus HD. Behind the scenes, I don't know what that means. Ico behind the scenes. Costume Quest. and Treen. So I haven't really looked at this other than just not making sure it fires up. This does read the discs. So yeah, for absolutely fuck all. Last of Us original soundtrack there, look. The camera's not picking up because of the movement. Yeah, really chuffed. Really chuffed, guys. So from going from having, well, thought I had a PlayStation 3, from going to having none to having two, and one that just needs a new drive. Cheers, guys. Back to me.
So on this is fucking for free. For absolutely sweet FA. I've got two PS3s, one that reads disc. Now I don't know if the 4-porter is newer than the 2-porter, or the 2-porter's newer than that one. I don't know. And I don't know if that's the one that sort of read discs is gonna yellow light of death or whatever you call it. I don't know, but if it does, I can always just take the drive out and put it into that one. Equally, this one I haven't even tried yet, but bizarrely, it's not. See, if someone had used it, I would have thought that would have been removed and not put back on. But I haven't even fired this one up. I don't even know if there's anything. There wouldn't be anything on it because there's no hard drive, but it's the older model because it's only got the AV, it's not got the HDMI. But for free. For free! So, Keith, the Hoost, beat that motherfucker. PS3, fully working with games for free, and another one as a backup. I've got to get a Blu-ray drive if I wanted to for free. I don't know how long that's gone on for, but it's been a while. Take it easy, YouTube. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.